Hi guys, it's day 30. It's the last day of September. We've done it, or we've almost done it. And I think I'm super proud of myself. I'm about to go through my lunch and explain that to you. But before we do, I'm going to do another video over the next couple of days where I kind of just sit back and reflect on the month. But just as I sit here today, I was talking to Jackie earlier and just saying I'm really proud of what we as a family have achieved, because this has been a family effort. It might not seem like it. And I know that a lot of the time when I talk to you, it probably comes across that it's just me and that my family aren't really participating. But I cannot tell you, I wouldn't be able to have done any of this without the support of my family. And of course, I document what I'm doing. And this was very much my challenge that I wanted to undertake. And that's why I'm doing it. When it comes to the actual food production, my wife does as much as I do. She's out there every single morning feeding all the animals. My son usually goes and collects the eggs every day. These are things I don't have to do. I don't have to think about. And if I had to do those things as well, this wouldn't happen. I wouldn't be able to do it. No chance at all. So, this has definitely been a massive achievement for the whole family, and I'm super proud of everyone and grateful and thankful to them, particularly my wife, who does so much that is just underappreciated. I've tried really hard to do all my own, all the washing up and everything associated with what I'm doing, but there's no escaping the fact that she's definitely done a fair amount of that as well, clearing up after me and just generally helping and being supportive. My daughter putting off the visit to Zaza Bazaar for me, just everyone's been super supportive, and I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own. So, like I say, I'll do a proper reflection video in a day or two. I think my plan is to finish today, and then because one thing that definitely takes its toll is just the amount of filming and editing and everything else that's been involved in this challenge. To do this daily is fairly time consuming. So, I'm probably going to do a wrap-up video over the weekend. We'll do a live stream over the weekend at some point, and then I might take a few days off releasing videos and catch my breath for a bit. And I think that's, that for me, that's going to be really important and quite nice for me to chill out for a few days. But today, with it being the last day of the challenge, I thought I should bring you the last number on our Deadly 60 on my Great White Shark lunchbox, and that is speed. And the Deadly 60 give the Great White Shark a speed rating of 10, which kind of makes sense when you think about it in the water, but on land, I reckon I could easily outrun a shark. So, you need to bear that in mind as well. So, let's get into lunch. And what we're having for lunch today, I cooked a ham last night. So I've got a couple of slices of sourdough. I've got no butter to go on it, unfortunately, but I do have some cheese, my goat's cheese, soft cheese, and I've got some slices of beautiful home-cured ham, and this is going to be a real treat. I absolutely love ham. And there's nothing better than, homegrown, home-cured, home-cooked ham. And I've also got the last of my courgette chutney. So that's going to be my sandwiches, and I'm really looking forward to it. That's my lunch, and I'm going to have this now, and I'll speak to you guys a little bit later. Okay, slight change of plan, change of scenery. I've gone off to get some building materials. Couldn't have my sandwich earlier because the cheese was still frozen. Got it out of the freezer last night and it was still frozen, so I've had to take it out of my thermal lunchbox to help it defrost, and I've managed to scrape some defrosted from around the outside, enough for my sandwich. Yeah, I'm having my lunch a little bit later than I'd planned. It just goes to show, yet another side effect is just all this planning and thinking. It really is significant. That's definitely going to be enough cheese to make up my sandwich. We got there in the end. There we go. Not bad for an unpacked packed lunch. And now I'll say, I'll see you later. Okay, so we're home and I've milked the goats. I've got dinner just about to get started. I'm having something that it's a real treat for me. It's a real reward as the last meal of this challenge, and there's a huge sense of accomplishment that's coming with it. But I'm having a treat in two ways. Firstly, It's really simple. I'm not doing any massive cooking today. I'm not creating a convoluted sauce or any kind of ridiculous procedure here. It's just really, really simple stuff. But it does showcase the 3 different ways that we tend to produce most of our food here. The food that we grow in our garden, the types of food that we get by raising animals for meat, and then also the food that we get by raising animals that aren't for meat. So what I'm talking about is really, really simple: ham, egg and chips. And it's gonna be delicious. We've got, instead of regular chips, we've got potato wedges. We're gonna cook some eggs, just fried eggs, really simply. Wedge is gonna be in the oven, and the ham that I cooked last night that I had for lunch in that sandwich is already in the fridge and sliced. I am gonna warm that up in the oven just for a couple of minutes, but it's gonna give me a meal that's delicious, and it's a meal that we would eat right through the year anyway. So, you know, it's not a hardship. It's an absolutely delicious meal, but also it's a treat because it's not a lot of work. And I have to say, that's been the hardest part of this month for me. So apart from a couple of really specific blips that, you know, we've already discussed and you know all about, the hardest part of this month has just been the effort, the workload, the time involved in all the food prep and everything else. So I have to say, it's Thursday today, but it feels very, very much like a Friday. I've really got that Friday feeling. I'm planning on having a really, really low-key few days after this and, you know, recharge my batteries a little bit. My wife is a little bit upset because she's about to go out and collect the eggs. And she's not very happy about it because of the weather, are you, love? No. Yeah, after me praising my son for collecting the eggs, he does it most days. Yeah, so that's my dinner, and I will close off with a few closing thoughts when I'm at the table. This is the very last meal for my September self-sufficiency challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. I think the eggs are going to be the star of the show. It's the thing I'm looking forward to the most. Having had ham at lunchtime is probably the reason for that. As much as anything else, I feel a huge sense of relief that I can relax a little bit now over the next few days, because it's, like I say, it's been quite a lot of work filming as much as anything else. I know my family will appreciate me not filming at dinner time for a little bit. So in fact, speaking of my family, look what I got today from my kids and my wife. That really made my day, actually. Yeah, so that's it. Here we are, challenge over, challenge complete, or it will be when I go to sleep tonight. So as you can see there, we've got our homemade home-cured ham, eggs from our hens, potatoes from our garden. And I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to sleep well tonight. And I feel like I've really, really achieved something this month. And there aren't many people, I don't think, who can say they've done this. I feel it's a real achievement. I'm really, really proud of myself. And who knows where we'll go next year and what we'll do next. But I'm going to eat this and then go to bed, and then tomorrow and the weekend it'll be on to, you know, new things, different things. I'll be looking heavily at trying to get my garden back to where it should be and preserving. Those are the next things on my checklist that are going to be demanding my attention. But that's going to wrap up this video. I'll be back, as I've said, in the next couple of days with a sort of an overview of the whole month and my thoughts on it. And that's it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Please make sure you press that like button. Leave me a comment down below as always, and also please make sure if you're not already that you subscribe to my channel. But that's it for this video, and I'll speak to you guys really soon. Cheers.